Check, check, 1, 2, 1, 2, check, check, 1, 2, check, check, 1, 2. Check, check. Okay. All right, your headset, you're good to go. Just go ahead and talk. I moved your mic. I moved it because I thought you weren't going to be up here. So give me.
Check, check. 1, 2, 1, 2. Testing, testing.
1, 2, 1, 2. Can you hear me?
Turn
Okay.
up a little bit.
You can put your headset down. I'm just going to just do the senior.
To recognize the senior volleyball student athletes of 2025. Number 2, Nathan Anderson.
Good afternoon and welcome inside Thornton Gymnasium. I'm Bill Downing. Today is Senior Day here on the Tri-Match on the 29th of March, 2025, and we are honoring our seniors, Nathan Anderson, Alex Nonoff, Aiden Maglea, Martin McKee, Solomon Dale, and Gunnar Rodarty. Nathan Anderson, defensive specialist from Sugar Grove, Illinois. He's accompanied by his parents, Jeffrey and Victoria, and stepfather, Adrian. Nathan is a 3-year captain and exercise science major who plans to begin his career in strength and conditioning or coaching volleyball. Now Alex Nonoff, a libero from Fountain Hills, Arizona. He's accompanied by his parents, Mike and Laurel. Alex is a double major in business administration and criminal justice who plans to begin work as a paralegal while applying for law school. Ryder Kelly joins me on the broadcast. If that name sounds familiar, well, it should be. He's been part of this family for quite a while, and he knows some of these guys we're talking about here today, not only here for Aurora, but also some club volleyball that was played out in Arizona where, Ryder, I believe that's where you're at. Was it Benedictine?
Benedictine Mesa.
Mesa,
Yeah.
yes. So
It's the sister school to the Benedictine here, which I'm not too proud of.
Boo.
I'm not too proud of that.
Well, it's good to have you back. And you were talking before we came on the air, we're talking about Alex Nonoff and obviously your brother Gunnar, who will be introduced here shortly. Aiden Maglea, a defensive specialist from Romeoville, Illinois, not too far away from here. He's accompanied by his parents, Eric, Elaine, and siblings Maya, Ava, and Ethan. Aiden is a double major, cybersecurity and computer science, who plans to pursue an internship or entry-level position in cybersecurity, IT support, or network security to gain hands-on experience in the field. Currently studying for the CompTIA A+ and security certification to further strengthen my technical skills and industry knowledge. And that definitely tests my alphabet skills, getting all that stuff in there. But congratulations, Aiden, as number 10, the defensive specialist from Romeoville.
I want to give Aiden a quick shout-out to the amount of nights that he has spent up to like 2 or 3 in the morning doing his homework, having to be a student athlete, especially with that hard of a major. That's just true hard work and dedication.
I think people don't realize it's not about just playing volleyball. You know, you're a student first.
Exactly.
And how much it takes, of your time and commitment to not only play volleyball, to be a good student, but, you got to stay in shape. You got to eat right. And there's so many things that go on during the course of your career. Just to get to this point, all those hours you talk about club, as I know, many people that are with club. We know head coach Dan Ames owned a club, and he's really into volleyball. But another one, Martin McKee, a middle from Chicago, Illinois. He's accompanied by his parents, Karen and Dave. Martin is cybersecurity, another one that's going to keep us safe when we actually hit, hey, what does that email look like? Don't do it. He plans to concentrate on earning advanced certification in cybersecurity while actively pursuing opportunities as a cybersecurity network analyst. And they're the ones that keep us safe online and keep all our stuff nice and private.
Exactly.
So my hat's off to them.
That keeps us safe.
Yeah. Talk about a big kid right here. I believe it wasn't it last year or 2 years ago?
2 years ago.
That Solomon, we thought for sure that it was a career-ending injury. I was here when that happened, and it was a very scary moment. But to see Solomon here and doing what he's doing after that, it goes to show that he didn't give up. He knew that it was going to be a tough battle to get back to where he's going and where he's at, and it just goes to show, good head on his shoulders. And you take a look, he's from Oswego, and his parents, Christine and Jason, they have had to sacrifice, as parents do, for their children to play athletics and to get to this point. And that was a lot of rehab, a lot of shuttling back and forth. The surgery, as we know, went well. He still has that heavy brace on that leg, but it's good to see him. He's a 3-year captain, exercise science major, who's returning to AU for another season on court while completing his master's in athletic training. And then, well, your brother, Gunnar Rodardi, an outside hitter from Chandler, Arizona. He's accompanied by his parents, Tracy and Eric, which I think you know pretty well.
Know him pretty well.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Bit, yeah.
Gunnar is a double major in actuarial science and business.
Actuary.
I'm glad I got you here. Business administration. Plans to complete his Unity certification, then tackle a master's in game development at DePaul University. He's going to be a Blue Demon.
He is,
which is cool. And volleyball runs deep in your family, obviously.
My mom is a 2-time coach of the year, boys volleyball.
I saw that.
Coach of the year.
Yeah, she was talking about that. It's not that she was bragging or anything last time, but
never.
She should.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
absolutely.
an accomplishment.
She's one of the. She's a godfather or mother of the boys volleyball community in Arizona. It started. I'd say boys volleyball started in 2000 in Arizona, and her first job was a head coach at Mesa High.
How cool is this to see your brother here today?
Oh, it's super cool.
Yeah, it's got to be.
How far we both have come, especially that kid, how far he's come, the battles that he's gone through, and him being here today.
And he's got quite the head of hair, too.
He does, yeah.
I mean, you got the curls. He's got I don't know, he's just got a lot of hair.
He does.
And he's always, I remember it was a couple years ago when he was doing the scorebook, or he was doing something down there, and he would turn around. Yeah, I'm like, whoa. What happened?
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm gonna get to where I want to be. I remember him telling me this story. I'm gonna get to where I want to be. I'm at Aurora. I want to be here, but I also want to be one of those guys that Coach Dan Ames can look at and say he can get the job done, and he's done a great job. And these seniors, you've played with all of them. I mean, it's pretty amazing to see senior day, here with this group of seniors that. A lot of leaders, a lot of future people that you're going to be able to look up to and, look back and say, thank you for what, especially today. We like to thank them for everything that they do and they have done. I mean, laying the foundation for this program, it's pretty special.
Especially these kids. This was the class when I remember Dan came to Arizona to visit Gunnar and Alex for recruiting, and I remember sitting down at dinner with him saying that this is going to be the class that changed the program.
And how did the whole recruiting thing come about with Gunnar and yourself?
So for Gunnar, it really just came. They've been watching him since he was 15, both him and Alex, because they played on the same club team.
Now, is that one of the there's a lot of clubs that play volleyball, but it has to be one of those top-tier ones.
Arizona Fear,
for head coach Ames to take a look at it.
Yeah, Arizona Fear, they're one of the top clubs in the country. I mean, they have a great track record of sending kids onto the next level. There's kids at UCLA, Loyola, Ball State, just all over the place. D1, D2, D3, NAIA.
Loyola is pretty big. The
the
Ramblers have themselves one heck of a program there in northern part of Chicago. And, I mean, so many good programs. You mentioned UCLA, who, I mean, back in the days, we're going to send it down quickly for our national anthem, and then we'll get right back to it. All right, national anthem is complete. Now we're taking a look at our starters. Let's take a look for the Warriors of Wisconsin Lutheran. Noah Kern, the freshman out of Brookville, Wisconsin. Ray Dreyer. The libero, Trevor Salutrick. Brady Pickler. Drew Wempner. And the lights go out. Totally forgot that they do that here. James Bidenbender and Josh Ward, head coach Mike Ensley in his 5th season. Now for the Aurora University Spartans, senior Alex Nonoff, the defensive specialist. Aiden Maglea also will be out there, the double libero system. Lucas Meyer out of Des Plaines, Maine West High School. Martin McKee, the 6'7" senior middle blocker out of Brother Rice. Solomon Dale, the senior from Oswego East High School. Logan Brower, 6'4" junior out of Shorewood, Illinois. And Gunnar Rodardi, 6'5" senior outside from Chandler, Arizona. Chandler High School. Spartans coming in.
Go Wolves.
19 and what was that?
Go Wolves.
The Bulls.
Chandler Wolves.
Absolutely. 19-4 coming off an upset loss to Benedictine here the last time out. Still first in the conference with the tiebreaker with Dominican. So they look to rebound here against the Warriors of Wisconsin Lutheran. Come in 8-13 overall, 4-5 in the NAC. Spartans 19-4 overall, 8-1 in conference play. The Spartans are 4-0 all time against Wisconsin Lutheran. Our first of 3 today. Match number 2, right around 2:30ish. Wisconsin Lutheran will take on UC Santa Cruz. The Banana Slugs come in ranked number 15 in the country. Spartans number 10, and then the Spartans right around 5 o'clock will take on the Banana Slugs for our final match of the day. Spartans in their blue shorts, white tops, blue numbers. Wisconsin Lutheran, all black shorts, black tops, white numbers. You might see a little hint of green on their uniforms. And again, the Spartans look to bounce back here on Senior Day, and we honored Nathan Anderson, Alex Nonoff, Aiden Maglea, Martin McKee, Solomon Dale, and Gunnar Rodardi. We'll continue to talk about them throughout the day here. And Ryder Kelly, Gunnar's brother, your mom and dad in attendance all the way from Arizona.
Yep.
Now, Chandler, where is that? Is that near?
Chandler is in Phoenix.
Phoenix. Okay.
It's the Maricopa County area.
I love Maricopa County. I love their sheriff who was out there. Yeah, he was. He was. They made a movie about him. It was kind of actually it was one of those specials, about how he had like the tents out in the desert. And all that
Sheriff
stuff.
Joe.
Yes, Sheriff Joe.
In Tent City.
Yes, I tell you, the recidivism rate was almost at 0. Nobody came back because nobody wanted to go there.
And those tents
and that's the way.
Yuma
That's the way.
Weather.
Forget about it.
Yeah.
And if I remember right, they were only allowed to watch the Disney Channel, and there was another one, and they all dressed alike. Which, hats off to him. He helped get that county back to where it was.
Yeah.
And now that's spring training now over
spring
out there?
Is over, yep. I get to go to all the Cubs games for free, actually.
Sloan Park.
I love Sloan. I miss Ho-Ho-Com Stadium a little bit.
Yeah, I wish I could have actually gone out there and seen being a huge Cubs fan. But right out of the gate, Wisconsin Lutheran will get the initial point. And it's 1-0 Wisconsin Lutheran, and it's going to be Tamavangsu, Jay Tamavangsu, the senior from Franklin, Wisconsin, serving. There's Dale with the kill attempt. Gunnar's ready. Nice back set to McKee. Count it.
It's a great swing by Luke Meyer there. His ability to get up and jump high is it's unprecedented. I mean,
that was Luke Meyer. Thank you.
Trying to block that kid is just.
Yeah, it's impossible. When he gets going, I mean, what is he, 6'7", so when he jumps, he's probably able to, I'm sure he's able to dunk easily. So that
easily.
kid is way
Yeah.
above the rim. And then here's the senior, Nathan Kerwin, out of Verona, Wisconsin. His parents in attendance. You can always tell they got the blue and white striped
Yep.
coveralls, which I absolutely love.
I love his mom. His mom follows all of us on Instagram. I follow her. She always posts on her stories their trip weekends. They're all over the place all the time.
That is fun to look at.
Yeah.
Was friended on Facebook, as a matter of fact,
Yep.
and I just followed the ventures, and that's pretty cool that you could do that and watch the development. Dale and Rodarty with the duo block, 3-1 Aurora.
It was both Saul and Gunner on that block. I'm so happy to see Saul out there. I mean, the doctor told him that he would probably never play volleyball.
Yeah, I had a feeling just by looking at make it 4-1 Spartans. Yeah, a couple years ago, right here on this very court, came down awkwardly, and you could hear he was in a lot of pain. And I know that they took him out of here, I believe, on a stretcher. And you were right; they were talking about career ending, and he fought
He didn't listen
to come
to them.
back.
He did not
No,
listen to them.
no, I mean.
Kept pushing through.
I think a lot of athletes don't like to hear that, and I think that actually pushed him even harder to get back.
Yeah. Knowing that kid, I lived in the same house as him, and we had stairs, and his room was upstairs, and seeing him when he first got hurt, wasn't able to walk up those stairs, and just progressed to him. He started to be able to walk up the stairs, and then it just progressed more and more to, I'm going to start playing now, and then now he's starting and playing and
that's cool.
Having a great year.
That is really, really cool.
Yeah.
That was Brady Pickler, put that one into the net. Here's Gunner, and that one just missed. I'd like to thank our sponsors, Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers of Oswego, Elite Management, and Kaufman GMC. The last time that we were here, there was a huge cheering section.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot what goes. Joliet may have been West, and that's going to be an ace off the hands of Josh McClellan, the 6'9 junior outside out of Calgary, Alberta, the preseason All-American, and he has definitely lived up. I mean, when you see that, it's got to be high expectations, and he has definitely lived up to that.
Absolutely. He's got 305 kills on the year, averaging 4 kills a set. This first in NAC, top 5 in the country. I mean, this kid is he's lights out.
Yeah, this team, I mean, when they're clicking on all cylinders, I mean, they've only seen 4 defeats all year.
Yeah.
And even in those defeats, they played well. I mean, you're going to have your days. And head coach Dan Ames knows that. How about that block there by Brower and McKee?
Especially throughout the course of a season. I mean, how many games do they play in a year, give or take?
True.
I mean, with
23 so far.
All the traveling, all the late nights, it gets to you. So you don't want to lose, obviously, but there will be nights where it's not going your way. Guys are tired, guys are hurt, so.
Yeah.
It happens a lot, but as long as you're peaking in April is what I know for
right.
a fact. Coach Ames preaches that is we're peaking in April.
This is where you want to be playing your best volleyball.
Absolutely.
And I think a loss. There's McKee again. That one sailed over. Now the Warriors outside. Not off. My, oh, my. That was off the blast off Pickler. And this one. Head coach Dan Ames said that was outside the antenna, and I believe the Spartans are going to get the call reversed. Even though I think Noah Kern disagrees with that, the freshman out of Brookfield, Wisconsin. 8-5 Spartans, Josh McClellan. I think a loss like that they had against Benedictine is something that I think will propel this team to even further accomplishments this year.
I think with them, it's only going to push them more.
Yep, I think it makes them better.
I know most of them. I know they're not going to want that to ever happen again against any team in the NAC,
Correct.
let alone Benedictine.
Well, if the season stopped today, there's another big kill by Pickler. You got to be careful. The thing is, he's only a freshman out of Menominee Falls, Wisconsin, the southpaw. I think trying to block a southpaw is so
It's tough.
It's difficult. But people say, well, it's just the opposite hand. Yeah. Well, you're so used to the non-southpaws, and then all of a sudden you get someone in there like that. I mean, Connor Carroll, good example for us, and he's in the contest. Spartans on the side out, 8-6.
And he's always proven to be
9-6.
One of the most difficult hitters to block.
Yeah.
But, lefty, especially on the right side, you're used to, if it's a right-handy, you're always used to getting out to the pin, but with the lefty, they can go more inside, so then you have to set your block up more inside and not drift past him.
Nathan Anderson, one of the seniors honored today with the serve. That one just out.
Interesting story about Nathan Anderson is he was not actually recruited to come play here by Dan. He the first week he got here as a freshman, he went into Dan's office and asked if he could come try out and come play. So
like a walk-on story.
He's a walk-on, yeah.
That's cool.
And then he grew into be one of the team captains. He's a big part of the leadership on this team. And it's just an amazing young kid.
Rodardi, that's his first kill. Meyer with 2, McClellan with 1. Team total of 4. 3 for the Warriors. Kern, Pickler, and Wempner. That one's in there for an ace. Logan Brower, the 6'4 junior setter out of Shorewood, Joliet West High School.
That was a great ace from Brower there. That'll add to the total 33 on the year. Really good back at the line. He's third in the NAC.
It's neat to watch the ball. As soon as it gets right over the top of the net, it takes a serious dip straight down. There's Pickler again. So hard to defend. Wisconsin Lutheran, you take a look at, they don't have the biggest roster.
No.
But it's a young team. Mike Ensley in his 5th season.
Yeah, they got, looking at the court right now, there's more than a couple freshmen starting.
Yeah, and that's going to be an ace.
Served it in one of those awkward areas of the court where there's 3 guys all pretty much in a 3-foot diameter. You don't know who's going to take it or anything like that. Just communication's a big part with that kind of stuff.
9 serving 11. Another service error. That's going to be the 3rd one for Wisconsin Lutheran. Nathan Kerwin, as I mentioned, he's the 6'2 freshman outside from Verona, Wisconsin. We talked about his parents. If you're looking on the camera, just look to about your 11 o'clock. Look for the striped coveralls and the massive support that he gets from the great state of Wisconsin. And I've been through Verona many times going to the family cabin on 18. There's Kerwin spreading out. There's Dale. Spartans set up defensively. Quick set, and that one out. Good communication, good volley, and a win by the Spartans.
That's a play where, you talked about untalked stats in the game, stats that don't go down on the stat sheet. That's one of those plays that does. All that hustle from Kerwin, that's what got the Spartans the point.
Yeah, and he's only a freshman. This kid is going to be something special. If he's not in the All-American conversation at least, I'd say possibly next year, for sure junior year. It's McClellan. He'll dump it over. Spartans again set up defensively. They're going to move it back over to Pickler. And that one, another kill for the big man. That's number 3 already for the freshman out of Menominee Falls, Wisconsin.
Kerwin, you talk about a guy that coach always preach next man up mentality. And Mateo Sharosh, he's out for a little bit with an injury. And Kerwin had to step up and play, and he's playing really well from that. And
McClellan with his second.
Played pretty good against Benedictine. Had a couple kills, really stepped up in that game as a freshman. That's not an easy game to go into as a freshman.
Yeah, we hope Mateo's going to be okay.
Yep.
I'm not sure what the injury is. I'm not a doctor, but you can definitely tell he's missed in the lineup.
He said he's hoping to heal his hamstring quickly and
Good deal.
get back on the court soon. So hopefully we see him, obviously as soon as possible, hopefully around conference tournaments.
Out of Murfreesboro, Tennessee, southeast of the great city of Nashville. 11 serving 14 here in our first match of 3. Kerwin, Brower, nice back set to Dale. And Dale with yet another kill. I thought that he had more than one. That's only his first registered one, but he has contributed and touched that ball several times. And you see that heavy brace on that leg. And you talked about the doctors basically saying you're done, and he said, I don't think so.
No.
You know, that takes how about that one? Brower with the block with McKee.
Yeah, Solomon's having a great game so far. He's 2 for 4, hitting 500. Again.
And Wisconsin Lutheran will take a timeout. We'll also step aside. We'd like to thank our sponsors, the Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers of Oswego, Elite Management, and Kaufman GMC. 16-11 Spartans in our opening match here in athletics.aurora.edu. We'll be right back. I'm sorry. I am. I got to do all 3. Yeah, I'm doing all 3.
Doing this obviously to be back in here with you, but
it's going to help me too because I'm tired and it's another thing. Does your mom ever sit down? I don't think she does.
sometimes.
I always see it when she's here, she's everywhere. I'm like, man, she's busy.
It's always that coach's
That's awesome. So where does the Rodardi last name come from?
Rodardi comes from Gun, so me and Gunnar have different dads. Rodardi comes from Gunnar's dad. He was on the court. And then Kelly comes from my grandfather's over there.
Okay. I was always wondering about that. All right, here we go. Solomon Dale with the serve after the timeout by Mike Ensley for Wisconsin Lutheran. That one sailed wide. Oh, they're going to say partially deflected on that.
That looked like it was a little bit. It was a weird play, a tight low set, trying to do something with it. Most of the time you're just trying to fly it off the hands, and he did it with that.
4-point lead for Aurora. Nonoff able to save that one, but unable to get to that one as Josh Ward puts that one away for the Warriors.
It was a tough serve to handle. Normally with top spin guys, you're thinking it's probably going to be hard, but no, he cut it short on that one.
Right.
That was a good serve.
You got to have such a soft touch. There's Carroll. That one set a little bit close for Kern.
Yeah.
Take a look at the NAC standings. There, Ryder. Looks like 4 teams have locked themselves into the NAC tournament. Spartans at number 1, tied with Dominican and MSOE, but the tiebreaker against Dominican, and they'll be playing the Raiders on the final match of the regular season. Benedictine coming in at 8-2. And Carroll with the big save. Then he'll just dump it over the southpaw, and the Spartans set up there. There's another set that when you take a look at the Spartans, they pounce all over that. Nonoff gets to it again.
Wow.
What a big save by Alex. And that one's going to fall in there again by Ward, but not before some great play and hustle by the Spartans.
Yeah, also smart play there by Kern. Everyone's on the Aurora side of the defense. Everyone's drawing back, waiting for the swing. Goes over the top and tips it.
Yeah, good anticipation on both sides of the net. Biden Bender out of La Crosse, Wisconsin. Oh, big, massive swing that time by Meyer. I tell you, Ward has got that middle of that Spartan defense scoped out. And he's got some great vision. 6'4", McWanago, Wisconsin. But when he goes up, you can see his eyes are scanning like a radar. And right now they're finding a lot of room in the middle of that Spartan defense.
I think the Spartans are looking to clean it up here. They've had some weird, jumble plays back and forth, all that stuff. It's the main thing in this game right now, is looking just to clean it up and find a little bit of a rhythm here in the first set.
Well, we know Gunner's family, your family is in attendance here. We can see that the Kerwin family, that one partially blocked up by Brower.
You can always see the Kerwin family.
Oh, yeah. And let's, as we scan the crowd here while this play is going on, wow, again, Spartans are going to have to tighten that up, because Wisconsin Lutheran knows the net presence of the Spartans is pretty big, and that the only way you're going to beat them is you got to go over or away from them, and right now they're going over the top of the D.
Yeah, Spartans are having a great year at the net in terms of defense at the net. They got, I don't know how many total blocks on the year, but they had one. They're averaging about two blocks a set. That's fourth in the NAC. It's up there for sure. That's one thing that Coach Ames always preaches, is blocking. We spend probably 30 minutes of practice every day just blocking at the net.
You can definitely see that too. I mean, it is definitely something to watch. You can tell a very well-coached team.
Yep.
And you buy into the system. How about
a great
that?
example of that.
Ridardi and Meyer closed the door.
Wow.
Now, when it comes to blocking, it's not just jumping up, putting your hands straight up. It's about directing the ball off your hands and down and away from the other team, just like you saw right there. So if you're an aspiring volleyball player, you take a look at that one and watch that one over and over. Brower just going for the near sideline, just misses on that one.
That was a perfect example of exactly what you need to do when to block, timing and everything.
Coming up next, Wisconsin Lutheran. You'll see them again against University of California, Santa Cruz, the Banana Slugs. And then the Banana Slugs will be back here at 5 o'clock, take on the Spartans. And then we'll be live here Wednesday night against Marion, the Sabres. And then April 5th, up in Milwaukee, the final regular season. That is going to be a barn burner. There's Brower keeping alive. Ridardi. Big swing. You can feel the wind. Oh, that one's not going to stay in. I tell you, Wisconsin Lutheran has missed a couple really good opportunities to get back into this game and gain some momentum. And it comes all the sets, too. You know, the sets are important. I can't do anything these guys are doing, but you can see it from where we are stationed here at the Thornton Gymnasium. The sets too close to the net, and when the Spartans see that, they pounce all over that.
Oh, yeah.
Kerwin puts that one into the net. Don't forget the NAC tournament starts on April 8th. Then the semis on the 10th, and then the 12th, the championship. And we were talking about the overall standings. Aurora Dominican, MSOE, and Benedictine have already locked themselves in, followed by Marion, CUC, Wisconsin Lutheran, Illinois. I mean, it is a logjam. There's Gunner again. He's playing some inspired volleyball today.
He's having a great first set so far right now.
Yeah, he's playing well, and I mean, it's not like he doesn't play well. He always plays well, and it's good to see him. Yes.
Kills on 500% swing.
Gunner with that big jump serve.
Woo! Great serve.
That one wide, and another point to the Spartans, 23-18. Final timeout taken by Wisconsin Lutheran. So we know it's the top 8 that will make it. We know the 4 are already locked in, the Spartans, the Stars, the Raiders, and the Eagles. It's going to be up to Marion, CUC, Wisconsin Lutheran, Illinois Tech, CUW, Edgewood, St. Norbert. It's not that Lakeland and Rockford can't do it, but at 1-8 and 0-9 respectively, it could be a sub-500 team that will make the postseason. And so the final, if it was to end today, Marion, CUC, Wisconsin Lutheran, Illinois Tech would make it, depending on the tiebreaker with CUW. And Edgewood looks like they got a game in hand at 4 and 6. So a lot can happen. We only got 2 more matches left here for the Spartans. We got Marion, well, not counting today. We'll have the Banana Slugs in a non-conference. You got Wisconsin Lutheran here in a conference game. then Marion, and then at MSOE. Other games taking place today. Oh, that's going to be a big one. The Stars at MSOE. We'll keep a tab on that one. That first serve was scheduled for 1 o'clock. Rockford at Marion, CUC at Lakeland, St. Norbert at IIT. That's another big one. Edgewood at CUW. All these are for positioning, and every game is going to count. There's a kill that time for Drew Wempner, the 6'7 junior from West Allis, Wisconsin. That's a very close suburb to Milwaukee.
This is one of those times of the year where it's crunch time. No matter what team you're on, anything's possible. It's crunch time. It's time to go.
It's gut check time. I mean, if you're hurting, you play through it, and you know that you get that number 1 seed. We'll take a look at that here, how it would go. And McClellan, talk about adjusting midair. Spartans 23-19. Now it's set point here in set number 1.
McClellan is just
he's a beast.
Athletically gifted person.
Sure is. And I'm not sure if you know this, but this was not a sport that he started playing.
Basketball.
Yeah. And his parents, and I believe his parents are in attendance. If not, as I scan the crowd, good turnout here on Senior Day. They got family watching all over the place. Hawaii, I believe it was California, Canada. Set point. Here's Carroll. Well, that one sent into the stratosphere. Spartans look to take set number 1. Kerwin. Here's McClellan looking to close it out. Oh, what a big save there by Heuser. Not able to stop that one off Martin McKee, and the Spartans take set number 1, 25-20. We come back, set number 2 here in athletics.aurora.edu. Spartans take the first set. Set number 2 coming up next. Well, that went by pretty quick. Let's hope it continues. So let's see. I think, because you could usually tell his dad, because he usually sits over by the Kerwins. Oh, there he is. He's sitting right behind. Got the hat on. He normally doesn't have a hat on. Isn't that Josh's dad? Right behind. Yeah. You got it. Boy, my vision is failing me today. No, I don't. You're right. So I don't think he ever wears a hat. Yeah, I don't see him. Usually he comes up and says hi. Here comes your mom. Look to your right. How you doing? Good. Doing well.
We talked about you.
Yes. 30-time Coach of the Year, Hall of Fame, all that good stuff, right? How was the trip? Good. Good deal. You guys staying close?
Yeah, we're staying in Naperville.
Well, that's not bad.
Yeah, we're staying in Sheridan right off the 88.
I know right where that's at. Yep. Drove right by it on the way here. I got off work at 8 o'clock. I told Brian, I said, I'm dragging. I'll be here. I'm tired. I worked mid-shift last night, and yeah, I got some sugar-free Coke. So yeah, I wish I could go back to how I used to be, where I could drink Mountain Dew and be like, but my sugar levels can't do it. That's pretty cool about Gunner, huh? I thought that was awesome. And he's playing out of his mind, too.
Right? But although I was like, dude, you go back to serve and you miss 2. What's your issue?
That's what you tell him, great game, but what about the serves? All right, take care. Maglea's in. Suzuki. He's mixing it up today, I can see. All right, set number 2. Spartans switch sides, now going right to left. Sebastian Suzuki. A common theme here with the Spartans, the 6'5" sophomore middle blocker out of Riverside, Illinois. Went to Riverside Brookfield High School, a school that, well, everybody in my family except for me and my brother have graduated all the way back to my grandma and grandpa, way back in the days. And here's Dale, and I think that one, it was a time jump, but I don't know, something didn't look right with that hit.
It was a good set. I mean, it's kind of sort of like a jack set, something where you're on one side of the court, you're trying to reverse the flow. It's one of those things where it requires reps and.
No, it's timing. Oh, how about that? Suzuki missing and Meyer staying in rhythm, and that one out. Well, I tell you,
having a great year.
How about communication? I mean, it's got to be split second from that swing. You got to say out, and then you got to pull your arm back or your hand or whatever you're using, the foot.
A leg, a body part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen one off the chest. I've seen off the ankle. I mean, you can pretty much do anything you want as long as that ball stays in play. I've seen it played off of a head before, which I think happens a lot more than people believe.
Yeah.
And the good thing is, the maker of these volleyballs back in the day when I played in high school in gym, because I was zero athletic when it came to volleyball, those volleyballs, I tell you, they would leave a mark. And you get a concussion. These things, they're not soft, but they're a lot softer than they were back in the days.
The high school balls are still pretty hard. The high school balls, it's just straight leather. There's no, we have on the college balls, there's a good.
It's almost like a rubber type feel to it,
rubber feel, and it's a little bit softer. But high school balls, it's strictly leather, and it's just, you get that hit at you hard, no block. That's just.
Yeah, I've taken one right off the mug, and I remember going home having to tell my mother that, tomorrow is school pitcher day, and I'm going to be going in there with 2 black eyes because I thought I was all that and a bag of chips. Trying to block in gym class when it meant absolutely nothing. So, and I paid for that.
Will do real fast.
Oh, and the lady that hit it lived right down the street from me in Woodridge, and to that bus ride, is, I'm sorry. You don't have to be sorry. I'm the one that decided to put my face in the way of that volleyball. 2 serving 3 here in set number 2. Heuser puts that one into the net. And service errors right now, the Spartans, something they didn't do a lot of against Benedictine. They have 7, and the Warriors with their 5th one. 4-2 Spartans. Kerwin back to serve. Nice crowd here for our first match here on Senior Day.
Hopefully we can keep it up for Santa Cruz. That's going to be a big game.
Just carry that momentum today. How about that one? And I don't know if that one was directly off the arms. There may have been a forehead involved with that one.
Something.
Suzuki and Dale again.
That's just that's something that's hard to get past, especially on a double block like that.
You have that split-second decision where you either got to go over.
To get past one of them is hard enough.
Another one. This one on the near outside, Suzuki and McClellan.
Yeah. Tough enough getting past one side. Now you got to worry about the other side of the court.
And it changes your whole approach on, okay, I'm going to go, and then you have to, I was going to go through. Now I got to go over. Because right now, the Warriors right now have no answer for the Spartans' net presence. And Alex Nanoff neither. McClellan, that's going to be almost impossible. He tried to put a spin on that one. If that would have gone in and stayed in, man. And you saw he put some of that English on there, almost like a pole cue shot.
Pretty cool.
UC Santa Cruz the Banana Slugs, who I want a T-shirt so bad or a hat. They're here.
The bench going crazy for Santa Cruz.
They love them. Who doesn't like the Banana Slugs?
Yeah.
Is there really a – we'll have to look that up. Good volley between these two teams. There's Dale. Brower. Suzuki dumps it over between the net and the attack line.
I think it
7-3.
all started with they were at a tournament in California a year before I got there, and you know our bench, they get wild, they get hype, and someone said something, and then all of a sudden they just started the Santa Cruz chant, and then it's stuck ever since.
Okay, well I Googled.
The Banana Slugs.
I'm very proud of myself. That one knocked down nicely by McKee, and it's 8-3. And let's see if Wisconsin Lutheran uses one of their 2 timeouts. So the Banana Slug is an unofficial mascot for Santa Cruz's co-ed teams since the university's early years. The student adaptation of such a lowly creature for a team mascot was their countercultural reaction to the fierce athletic competition fostered at most American universities. How about the Spartans now opening up to 6, and there's that timeout we were talking about. The Banana Slugs are the athletic teams that represent the University of California, Santa Cruz, and they compete in Division III. And their mascot, it's pretty not much to write home to mom about, but it's cool. I think it's really cool.
Mascots are pretty cool. They got the Banana Slugs, and UC Irvine is the Anteaters.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Well, there actually is a picture of, it looks like
it's
a banana
thing?
slug. It
Yeah.
looks like a spent banana peel,
Yeah.
basically,
Yeah.
except it moves. You could probably use it as bait if you want
Definitely
to.
could.
Yeah, I would think so.
That does look like fishing bait.
Yeah, sometimes fish will they'll eat that. I've actually had a fish, and we're going on a tangent here. We'll get back to volleyball. Actually bite with no bait on before. So
Really?
just a shiny hook. Yeah, it works every time. So it's called Sammy the Banana Slug. So he's got a name.
I love going out to back in Arizona. I love going out to Saguaro Lake and fishing. There's a
Nice.
great fish to catch out there. It's a big lake.
Nice.
Yeah.
Beautiful part of the country.
Yeah.
So now we've been educated on the Banana Slugs, and we're going to get back to the 6-point lead by the Spartans here in set number 2. So they are here, and they will take on Wisconsin Lutheran next. And then they will take on the Spartans right around 5 o'clock. Those are tough to defend right there because you're looking
Off the tape.
at a ball going straight over, and then it hits the tape, and you got basically puts a break on.
Rolls on the 1 foot line. Yeah.
10-3 Spartans here in set number 2. Now this is the Spartan team that clicks on all cylinders that we know and love.
Yeah.
Suzuki. This kid is an absolute beast.
Yeah, we talked about him earlier. 124 kills on the year. He's hitting 329. That's 6 in the neck, 2.38 kills per set. 57 total blocks, 13th in the neck. He's just having a whale of a year.
And he's only a sophomore, too. I mean, this team is loaded for success.
And to add to that, this is Seb's 3rd year of playing volleyball. So
Wow.
really, sky's the limit for this kid.
Ooh, that one close. But here come the Warriors after that timeout called by Mike Ensley. 5-10. They've cut the Spartan lead in half here in set number 2. They took set number 1, 25-20. Spartans come in ranked number 10 in the country, AVCA. UC Santa Cruz, which you'll see coming up next, number 15 in the country. That one long. 11-5, Spartans on the side out. Connor Carroll coming back in for Solomon.
That is their 6th missed serve of the game.
Yeah, 3 points. We talk about a lot about service errors, but, I mean, when you go up against anybody and you give them 3 points, that is just that's momentum right there. And some teams can take that and run with it. We saw that with Benedictine as they took advantage of a lot of the uncharacteristic mistakes by the Spartans. Warriors with the side out, 6 serving 11.
Smart play there by Khan. Smaller outside, which isn't ideal for the most part, but if you're smart enough, you can get the job done. And Khan did there. You gotta. With the big guys there, it's easy. You can just go up over the top of them and swing. You don't have that advantage with being 5'10", or so you gotta work out other ways. And Khan uses the block, tools it, and gets the kill for Lutheran.
That is only the 3rd kill for McClellan. He does lead the team. Overall, it's Pickler with 5 and Wepner with 4 for the Warriors. So many different aspects of practice in this game. I mean, this game could be just so kind, as you see right there. How about that, McKee?
That's a block that I don't think anybody wants to go up against.
M&M, McKee, and Meyer.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was no way that ball was getting through there.
Absolutely
They had everything, the arm positioning, the hand positioning. It was perfect.
Especially with Marty's long arms, there's no way you're getting past those.
McClellan sends that one deep. Not off. Unbelievable. Keeps that one alive, and that one finds
Right
the
in
corner.
Great spot from Meyer there. Coaches preach hitting the back corners. You want to hit those corner pockets. Meyer just absolutely painted it right there.
Great play rewarded there for the Spartans. That all kept alive by Alex Nonoff. Kept that one, I mean, literally by the fingernail. And there's a miscue. Let's see if the they can't take advantage of that. Meyer, his eyes were the size of dinner plates right there. He saw that one and just wound up. He knows that's a missed opportunity, but still.
We got McGlaya coming in for Josh, and his family's going crazy over there. They brought the whole McGlaya clan.
They did. And it is so awesome to have the support. Blocked up by the Warriors and put away by Meyer.
You talked about amazing families earlier. That's one of those that's up there. Me and Gunnar being 2 kids from Arizona, we're roommates with Aiden, and anytime there was a holiday that we couldn't be home for, like a Easter, because we're in the middle of the season, they always open their arms, have us come over. Just a great, wonderful family.
Yeah, that's cool. That's what it's all about, making friendships that will last a lifetime. And the Spartans right now, 16-7. So Fountain Hills, Arizona. Where's that? Is that Chandler?
Fountain Hills is we have the Valley, which is primarily Maricopa County, that Phoenix metropolitan area, with all like Chandler and Mesa and stuff, and then Fountain Hills is it's a little bit north of Mesa, about 25 miles north, kind of hidden in another canyon or whatever, but it's a smaller, primarily retirement community. But
nice.
Yeah.
Well, there's no retirement here for Alex Nonoff today. He continues to amaze everybody in the final timeout taken by head coach Mike Ensley. We'll step aside. 10-point lead for the Spartans here in set number 2, 17-7. When we come back, the Warriors are out of timeouts here in set number 2.
This is more like it. This is the score here, not.
Yeah. This is what I.
This is what we need.
And plus, this keeps us on pace to. Important.
Yeah,
I think there's got to be like 30 minutes between each.
An hour. Yeah, because Santa Cruz hasn't played yet, so they get the hour warm up. Yeah.
So let's see, we need to be done. So we got a half hour. Yeah. 17-7 is your score. There's Brower. Nice back set to Carroll.
Great stuff, Byron.
Second kill for Connor.
Yeah, you talk about southpaws there. The block of Dreyer went a little bit past his left arm, which you can't do. And
Yeah.
you got to be honest, it could be due to because he probably blocks a lot of righties. I mean, in the front row, Saul's in the front row, and he's right-handed. So
True.
you're just not used to blocking that left-handed hitter. That's just hard to do.
So in that situation, what is head coach Dan Ames telling his players?
If you're trying to block a lefty, you got to make sure you don't go past the ball and you line up with his hitting arm and
Gotcha.
Hope and pray you get that block, at least a touch.
There's Pickler. 9 serving 18. Here come the Warriors. Warriors 8-13 overall, 4-5 in the NAC, looking to get to 500 in conference play here today.
I just want to give a shout out to the growth of Wisconsin Lutheran's program. I mean, when they started, obviously, you're sort of quote unquote, not to be disrespectful, but the laughing stock of your conference, especially when you start out and they were still really a bottom feeder team in the NAC, and this year they've really improved exponentially. This
is a much better team you see right here, and again, it starts with coaching and it starts recruiting. I mean, it's hard to recruit when you're not winning, but when you're not winning and you're able to recruit like he's been doing, and that's head coach Mike Ensley, this team is only going to get better through the years.
I mean, I'm pretty sure they got their first conference win last year, and now they got 4 this year so far, and hopefully to fight for that spot in the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, they're fighting for one of those last spots. And I tell you, if they get in, they're going to be chippy, and it's going to be a tough out for whoever they play. The Warriors, very impressive, 20-9 Spartans lead here in set number 2. Logan Brower and McKee this time. He fixed it.
Yeah.
Another one. That is number 7 already for Meyer.
Yeah, Meyer hitting just a little below 300 tonight or today. Having a great senior night so far.
Yeah, he's having a huge one. Him and McKee, 9 kills between the two. Credit with 11.5 points. Let's see what the Warriors can do right here.
Oh. There it is.
And Dale with a big block.
Wow.
22-9. Listen to this crowd.
That is,
the senior.
I mean, right, goosebumps right now, especially. I'm just so proud of this kid. Every time I see that kid play,
it's a true story of grit, determination, and never giving up.
Yeah. He's having a great night so far. That's
this is just the first
of the day.
Yeah, he's playing like a man possessed today.
Yeah.
I mean, he really – I almost feel that he has something to prove to himself that, he was told he couldn't, and here he is today doing it. So I think every game is it just goes to show the determination. Oh, Maglea that time came out of nowhere.
Brower trying to spread the wealth there, trying to give that kill to
that's smart.
There.
I mean, they didn't expect that, and then Ward blocked that one in the middle for the Warriors. 11 serving 22.
Yeah. I think they're going to try to give it to Maglea again here. Maybe.
Poiser that time with the ace. That's the third one for WLC here today. We're in set number 2 of our first match. Spartans took the first one, 25-20, and lead 22-12, and the Warriors with the serve, 12 serving 22. And another service error, that's number 7 for the Warriors.
You're trying to come back. You're trying to cut the deficit a little bit. And, we talk about missed serves with the Wisconsin Lutheran. And
it's tough to come back against a team like Aurora when you're down that much. I mean, Aurora finds a way to make things so difficult on you that they pretty much magnify every little mistake you make, and they make you think about every swing that you do.
That's what the good teams do. They're the aggressors there.
Yeah, and they're in your head from the very second, even before the serve, the first serve.
You're watching them on film and they're in your head, everything.
Yep. And they think, how are we going to stop this guy? Now we got to stop this guy. These two block. I mean, it's a huge chess match that the Spartans have only found 4 times this year and only 4 losses.
It's a chess match that seems to be like Dan Ames already is 4 moves ahead before the game is even started.
Absolutely. And he never stops coaching. Sasuke makes it set point.
I mean, it's 24-13, and he's still out there coaching. He's still fighting for calls from the refs.
Nathan Klebeck, the freshman, 6'2" defensive specialist out of Plainfield, into the game.
Klebeck. Yeah. Yeah.
Nathan Klebeck into the game.
Had a little bit of an early serve there.
24-13.
There it is.
I like that. When you serve that deep. Spartans looking to close out the Warriors here in set number 2. And McClellan does just that.
Wow.
25-13.
What a swing from McClellan there. He's able to tight pass. He's really that only certain window that only few can get, and he just puts it away.
And that was only his 4th kill of the day. Set number 3 coming up next here in athletics.aurora.edu. All right, set number 3 is upon us. 25-20, 25-13. Spartans up 2-0. I'm Bill Downing, joined by Mr. Kelly, Ryder Kelly. And today is senior day. We were talking about the seniors that we were able to honor here today and the many players that have set the foundation for what you see here today. A lot of sacrifice, a lot of blood, sweat, and tears put into this program. And take a look at the coaching staff: Dan Ames, Gus Colima, Brian Johnwick, Jay Crick, Manuel Chaidez, and James Carwin. All the hours put away. And, you know, this is the 3rd straight set that Wisconsin Lutheran has opened up with the 1-point lead. And that seems to be their Achilles heel today. They get that initial lead, and then the Spartans, they'll get the side out, and then they just start to pull away early.
Oh,
Jeez.
good pickup by McKee.
Tight wire act right there. McClellan with a big blast. Brower back set to Dale. Warriors will keep this one alive. The volley continues. Brower, quick set that time to McKee. Bodies everywhere. McClellan just has to dump that over. The Spartans will set up the Pickler. Didn't get everything he wanted. Now there's Kerwin. Here's McClellan, and he finds the sideline for his 5th kill.
Great defensive rally on both sides there. Just
It looked like,
great hustle.
yeah, it looked like the Spartans may have been a little bit out of position there on several of those plays, but they found a way to get that side out that we were talking about.
At one point, McKee was on the floor.
And there were 3 Spartans basically within about 6 inches of each other. That's served by McKee. The Spartans look to take a 1-point lead. Here's Dale.
Oh,
that one in. Oh, I mean, that one right on the line.
Hauser tried to go off the block there and just somehow went in.
2-1 Spartans. McKee with the serve. 3 Brother Rice Crusaders on this team. That one put into the net. When I talk about the Crusaders as part of the Chicago Catholic League, it's just a superpowers of the best in the state of Illinois. Brother Rice Crusaders on Pulaski, right down the street, their rival, the Marist Redhawks. You got McKee, S.J. Nelson, and then Luke Dwyer. The 3 Crusaders.
Oh.
And that one in. Dale, how do you do off the forehead?
Interesting route running there. Dale went in for a 2-ball, which normally, you know, you wouldn't expect because he's the right side, so a lot of the sets are going to go behind, but Dale went in for the 2-ball, and I guess that confused the block. He got the kill from it.
With Dale, he has got quite the swing on him. Impressive to watch.
Yeah. Adding to his total today of 4 kills now. Just, again, a whale of a game. 3 blocks.
Pickler, the first player in double digits for kills. He's got 10. And like I said, he's only a freshman.
I think, you know, today's not going their way right now for the Wisconsin Lutheran. And, you know, you could tell they're trying. And I think watching them right now, you could tell they have a lot to look forward to in the future.
Yes, yeah, this is a team that they've gotten better through the season, and they've gotten better through the years, too. A very young program. The Spartans historically 4-0 all-time against the Warriors. But the Warriors, they'll have a second chance going up against 2 top 15 teams in the country. First the Spartans, then the Banana Slugs. Oh, really good dig that time by Salutric. Nice back set to Carroll. And Carroll destroys it.
Yeah.
5-3 Aurora.
That's just a great hustle play from Aurora. You know, everything's scrambling and, you know, defense is going one way and Brower flips it back the other way for Carroll to get a kill.
That one long. Service errors now at 11 for Aurora, 8 for the visitors for Wisconsin Lutheran.
Oh.
Ooh. Webner, that one is a service error, number 9. That was more like my serves back in the days. Webner, what a big guy. I mean, you look at 6'7" junior out of West Allis, again, the suburbs of Milwaukee. Had a chance last year to call my very first NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series race up in West Allis at the Wisconsin State Fairgrounds. That was a really cool moment. Got to have me a cream puff, which if you've ever been up there, that is a delicatessen minus the cheese curds. But I recommend don't eating them both at the same time because they don't mix well. But
the cheese curds are the delicacy.
Oh, yeah. But then you throw in a cream puff,
Ooh, yeah.
forget about it.
Changes the game.
So it's a game changer. It's a life changer, I tell you. If you ever had one of them things, that's if you're pre-diabetic or diabetic, that's one you don't want to tell your doctor about. But it's delicious.
Yeah. I will say, I went 18 years of my life without having a cheese curd.
You've never had.
I came here.
Okay, good.
And then I had a cheese curd. Yeah,
I was about to say,
good.
between matches, I'll go out and get you some cheese curds. You gotta. My first taste of them was growing up, going to our cabin back in Iowa. We'd go through Wisconsin, as I mentioned, going through Verona, Madison, Janesville. Then we stop in a little town called Fenimore at the cheese factory and get the white and the orange cheese curds. Oh, there's a tough one right there. Another ace by Beidenbender.
Serve off the tape from Wisconsin Lutheran. I mean,
Beidenbender, lacrosse. You ever been to lacrosse?
Lacrosse, I have. Yeah.
Right on the Mississippi River. Well, this kid, impressive. Another ace back to back.
That was the McClellan
7
there.
serving 8. Yeah.
Those float serves are so hard to pass because if you get a really good float server, the ball moves back
Like a
and forth,
knuckleball. Yep.
side to side, and it's just.
Speaking of that, are you a Diamondbacks fan or Cubs? You're
I'm
a
a
Cubs?
fan.
Okay, good.
Cubs fan through and through. Yeah.
Yeah,
I grew up next to Hohokam, actually walking distance from
That's
Hohokam
right.
Park, and my grandpa, he's a volunteer for a civic organization called the Hohokam. Actually,
Nice.
They're a very historical program in Mesa that builds youth sports fields for kids in Mesa, and they get that money doing 50-50 raffle,
That's
parking
cool.
cars, scanning tickets for the Cubs during spring training.
Here's Pickler. Kerwin able to get to it. Brower, quick set. And another block, McKee. And the Warriors right now playing some inspired volleyball, only down by 1 with the side out, 8 serving 9. Noah Kern, the freshman out of Brookfield, Wisconsin. Yeah, the Diamondbacks. Let's see, the Cubs won the first one.
And then Diamondbacks won 8-1
Got
yesterday.
killed yesterday. Cubs started off in Japan, losing 2 to the Dodgers.
See, I never got why they did that.
I'm not a fan
I
of
thought
it.
it was dumb that you're doing spring training and then you have real games, and then after those 2 real games, you go back to 5 straight spring training games.
Well, that's how most of the teams did it. They continued to play spring training, but the Cubs went from spring training to opening day back to spring training, and now here they are playing Arizona before coming home. I believe it's going to be the first week of April to Wrigley Field. 9 serving 10, and right now the Warriors, they find a corner, and it's 10-10. Head coach Dan Ames doesn't agree with that.
Good spot, right? If it was in, I couldn't see it, but that's still a good spot right in the corner.
Yeah,
Again,
and
you
those
talk
are
about
hard to defend right
painting
there.
that corner pocket. It's
Yeah.
like a pitcher. You want to paint the corners of the plate and strike zone, and you want to pretty much do the exact same thing in volleyball.
And now the Warriors, after leading 1-0, have trailed ever since here in set number 3. Now take a 1-point lead, 11-10. Tamavangsa.
Oh,
Here's McClellan. And that one was a message.
nothing you can do about that.
No.
Absolutely nothing.
That is catching someone in stride. I mean, a perfect set. And about the timing right there. And McClellan puts that away for number 6 on the day.
He's averaging a little bit over 500 this game right now, and that's obviously you want to be there. A
You
good
do.
average is 300. Incredible average, excellent average, right around 500.
Yeah, and it's amazing that he can hover right around that 500 mark almost every set. I mean, this kid is – and what makes him good is the players around him too. I mean, that's I mean, you could be a good individual player, but everybody around you makes you such a better player. And here come the Warriors, and right now it's all happening. Noah Kern on fire for Wisconsin Lutheran.
That's what I loved about Coach Ames's program is it's all about the team. It's Bo Schembechler, the old Michigan coach.
Oh, yeah.
The team, the team, the team. That's the exact same philosophy that
Bo Schembechler and Buddy Hayes. Another ace. 14-11. Oh, yeah, back in the days. That was the Michigan-Ohio State rivalry. Was Hayes and Schembechler. Even today, it doesn't matter who you have at the helm. You put those two teams together, you throw the record books out. And that one didn't come off right. That's number 12 between the two teams. Now they have 24 service errors.
That's a great run at the line from Pitchler there. Gave 2 rocket serves to the Spartans. They couldn't handle them.
12 serving 14. Josh McClellan looking to end the bleeding here, and they'll have the side out, down by 2. Nice serve. Rodardi that time. Get credited,
Great
him
block
and
there.
Meyer.
Yeah.
Like Gunner playing well, and I say well above that net.
He's adding to his total. They have 4 blocks on the game so far. That's over about 1.5 blocks a set. Just incredible right now.
It's funny talking to your mom during the break. She's like, oh my gosh, he's playing so good. But what about those serves?
Yeah.
Spoken like a true parent.
Yeah,
Gotta love it.
absolutely.
That one in by the Warriors.
Especially her. She's always proud of us and
Yeah.
all that stuff, but it's always something to work on. She wants us
That's
to
how
be-
my mom
to be
was too.
perfect,
She
yeah.
was like, yeah, had one heck of a great game, but what was that throw to second base? And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
That one play in the 6th inning. Forget about everything else that happened.
Yeah.
Oh, looks
yeah.
like a
Out of
rotational
rotation.
error, yes. See, the officials, they're not going to tell you. They're going to wait for that ball to be served, and then they'll make that call. That's those little things right there as a coach. It's going to drive you insane.
What?
Now they want an explanation.
Okay.
Quick substitution, Connor Carroll coming in. Solomon
So-
Dale out.
Brower lined up in front of Meyer, and because they're doing a little bit different of a rotation of row 3, normally you're supposed to be ahead, but he's supposed to be behind Meyer.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always wonder how that goes. And now Wisconsin Lutheran going above the blocks. And the Spartans, again, aggressive at the net. First timeout taken today by head coach Dan Ames, and it comes in the 3rd set, and they trail by 4, 17-13. The Warriors lead here in set number 3 in our first match today. 17-13. Head coach Dan Ames calling his first time out today. Another ace. That is the 9th ace today to only 1 for the Spartans.
I mean,
5-point lead now.
Wisconsin Lutheran's having a great game at the service line.
Yeah, they are.
Serving the right spots where you want it to go.
And you talked about those floaters. I mean, you look at it, you say, well, it's harder to defend the fast ones. I think those knuckleballs are the ones that are even harder to defend.
They're so hard.
Boy, Wisconsin
the
Lutheran
fast ones,
hungry
they don't
on
have
this one.
movement.
Yes. There's Carroll. That one partially deflected at the net. Nice back set to Pickler, and that one falls in again, going right over the top of the Spartan defense.
Spartans right now just look confused. They kind of just looks like they don't know what to do right now.
Yeah, agreed. Anderson, that is still in play. Wepner makes it a 7-point lead for the Warriors. And I tell you, if you don't look out, Wisconsin Lutheran's going to come back to bite you, and that's exactly what they're doing here, up by 7. Their largest lead of the day. Here's McKee, and that one long.
Right now, all the Spartans need to do is look just to get one pass. Get one pass, go from there.
They need a side out in a bad way right here. Here's McKee. There you go.
Now you can get it going.
Yep, that's what you needed right there, and that's the 4th one for Martin. So when are you heading back to Arizona?
I head back on Sunday. Yeah. A little quick trip. I got to go back. Still got our season going on right now. And yeah.
When do you get back to action?
We go to California on Friday. We play the Masters, who's the #1 ranked team in the country.
What's the name of them?
The Masters. Yeah. Yeah.
Just the name scares me.
Yeah.
Spartans need another timeout. McKee can't get it over the net.
That one, awkward set. Brower did all that he could. I think Meyer there has to be smarter. He can't just go out looking to rip it. He's got to be smarter with that. Maybe a roll shot or a tip over.
Agreed. Here's Carroll. Set point. Spartans do have a timeout left. Head coach Dan Ames not going to call it.
I think he just wants to let this one play out.
Agreed. I think you're correct. Lagarde that time. Anderson. Brower. Warriors looking to take the 3rd set, and they do. 25-14. Wisconsin Lutheran will take set number 3. And it's a 2-1 lead now for the Spartans. We come back. Set number 4 in athletics.aurora.edu.
Really?
This is a lineup that I have not seen them play together all season.
No.
It's a totally different lineup.
It's just it's a senior day lineup, just trying to get guys in, get them playing.
I lost my mom back in 2022. That was the hardest thing I think I've ever had to go through.
Oh.
I would have preferred. I never want to lose a parent, but
Yeah.
I think earlier. I don't know if it's harder,
So with mine, it was like it's one of those things. I'm better off without him. You know, he wasn't, you know, not the best role model or anything like that. So one of those things.
Like my biological father.
Yeah.
Right. If he cared, he would have been there.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
And the thing is, I know who my sister and my brother are.
Yeah.
And on Facebook, I got this message about, oh, he's such a wonderful guy. And I'm just like, he is?
Yeah. Like he's not doing wonderful things.
Where has he been?
Yeah.
Well, you're a different situation. Really? I was
Yeah.
his first child.
Exactly.
Yeah. Whatever.
Yeah.
That's how I looked at it. I'm much better.
Exactly. Yeah. That's how I am. Yeah.
But I'm not better off without my mom, I tell you that.
Me too.
She was
Me
my
too.
rock.
For sure.
That was the hardest thing to sit there and watch her go. Is I was holding her hand.
I bet.
Never forget, it was 2 weeks directly. She was in the hospital on my birthday. She passed away 2 weeks later. Hardest thing I've ever
I bet. Yeah.
like, I've lost some close friends,
Yeah.
but that right there was.
I know it's a gut punch. Yeah. Yeah.
And people were like, "You came back to work the day after." I'm like, I
It's
can't
like,
just sit
yeah.
there.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, back. Spartans up 2-1. Now Spartans going right to left, and McKee.
Meyer just elevating to get the kill there. That's his fourth kill on the night. He's averaging over 500 now, close to 600. He's just having a good night right now.
Yeah, Meyer is playing well above. How tall is he? Let's see. Meyer, 6'6". He's playing like he's 10 feet tall here today. And just as we say that, him and Suzuki with the duo block. And something the Spartans have not done today, and has had the lead coming right out of the gate here in set 4. Now they lead 2-0. I think the message was sent by head coach Dan Ames. All right, we got to put that one in our back pocket, and let's go play some Spartan volleyball. That one long. Oh, they're going to say partially deflected. You know, the Spartans last year, having the championship match here against Dominican was huge. And, I mean, an opportunity. Unfortunately, the NAC doesn't get a lot of respect, which really stinks because you have to win your conference tournament in order to get in, it seems like, because there's zero respect, for the NAC. And hopefully that changes someday because this is some of the best volleyball in the country right here.
For sure, absolutely.
And I'm not really sure why that doesn't happen, but head coach Dan Ames knows that one slipped away last year, and this year it's redemption. And we were talking about playing your best volleyball. You can play good volleyball year-round, but you want to be playing your best toward the end of the regular season. And the Spartans up 4-1 here in set number 4. I mean, you want that momentum going into the postseason. Now, being the number 1 seed, that gives you home court. But you still have to play volleyball, So, I mean, anybody's game any day. And the thing is, and there's another block, Suzuki on the solo block. You got to take advantage of those situations, and you can kind of get a feel around campus about what people feel that this team is capable of doing. And not only are they capable of winning the NAC, they're capable of winning in the NCAAs.
Absolutely. I mean, this is a team that I think everyone in the school knows, like you said, it's a special team.
Oh, it is.
Group of guys.
Back a couple years, the women's volleyball team, head coach James Settleman, took them to the, how about that, McClellan, going straight up and then going from one outside to the other, make it 6-1. Head coach James Settleman took the ladies to the Elite 8. I mean, a team that was very good,
Yeah.
but they got better toward the end, and they surprised some teams. And I'm telling you, at any time a team can make a run, and those are the dangerous ones. And let's see, who are they going to give it to? They are going to give it to the Spartans. Now it's a 6-point lead, and timeout. Head coach Mike Ensley. Our sponsors, Raising Cane Chicken Fingers of Oswego, Elite Management, and Kaufman GMC. Timeout. It's a 6-point lead here in the fourth. 7-1 Spartans. I have a bad feeling for Wisconsin Lutheran up against UC Santa Cruz. I think it's going to be ugly. I think they pretty much gave their best effort there in that third set. You ready? Here we go. All right, timeout, and just like that, side out for the Warriors.
That's the way you want to come out of the timeout if you're trying to get back into the set. It's early in the set, you know. Hope's not lost yet. Obviously, not a gap that you want, but
2 serving 7.
it's a way to get out of it.
Correct. Each team with 29 kills apiece. But the service errors, 25 between the two teams. McClellan looking for his 8th kill. Back outside, and Kern is quietly putting together one heck of a day.
Yeah,
That's his 6th kill.
6 kills on the match. He's hitting at a good clip right now. And trying to will his team back into maybe a hopeful set 5 for them.
Yeah. That would be a race to first to 15. If it does make it to a 5th, Spartans look to make sure that doesn't happen, yes. Because they will have a break until right around the 5 o'clock hour.
You know, McClellan has been quiet considerably for most of his performances.
Yes.
Just got another kill right there. He's starting to, become dominant factor.
Oh, yeah. Against Benedictine, he was lights out in the kills.
Oh, yeah.
And, like you said here, Meyer right now with 9 leads the way.
Great, yeah.
Boy, you talk about some great vision out of a big man right there, Wempner.
They're taking advantage of the size of the Spartans. One deficit with some really big teams like the Spartans is defense and diving. It's hard when you're that tall. It's hard to get down on the floor like that, and they're using it to their disadvantage. Wisconsin Lutheran is they're tipping it.
Got good vision for a big man. Oh, without a doubt. It's funny. You look at everybody can be like 6'7" and above. Then you got the libero who comes in, usually about 5'8", 5'9", and everybody says it's a game of height and power. Well, I don't know. Those liberos, they take a beating in there, and without the libero, I don't think you win at all. I mean, you can see how important it is for both teams, and the Spartans win that volley. Now leading by 6, 10-4.
A lot of the times with the liberos, it's they take the role of the heart and soul of the team. And
they do.
You see them; they're like offensive linemen. It's working hard in the trenches, and it's like the AC unit. It only gets noticed when it's not working.
Spoken from someone who has probably the AC on year round.
Yeah.
Out in Arizona.
Yeah.
The dry heat, as they call it.
Yeah, in the winter we try to save energy, turn the heat off. Or turn the AC off. And
open some windows.
Yeah, open some windows. this past week, we turned the AC on a little bit sooner than what we thought.
Oh, boy.
It got into the 90s on.
Oh, that looked like that was in, yeah.
Yeah, it got into the 90s on Thursday and Friday, and we were like, what the heck is happening? It's March.
It's a dry heat, though.
Yeah,
Everybody told me it's a dry heat. I don't care.
Yeah.
90's 90.
Yeah.
It's hot.
Especially with the sun beating down on you like that.
But that humidity makes a huge difference. When you have 90 out there and then you have 90 here with the humidity, it's unbearable.
It kicks your butt for sure.
It does. It takes a lot out of you. 11-6. McClellan with the serve for Aurora. First match of 3. Whew, another kill by Ward. And he's only 6'4".
Yeah.
That guy had a wingspan the size of an eagle. 8 feet. That dude he can get way above that net. Got to be careful right there with a guy like that. You got to go away from him. And
Meyer with a great swing. That's also a great dig, though.
Sure does, yeah. I'm going to go right back at him. Another kill from Meyer. He was picking on their libero.
Yeah. He's having a good game right now. Salutric, he's having a good game.
A junior out of Lockport, Illinois. They got a couple porters. They got a freshman, Dreiler, and Salutric. And that's the next town over from where I live. And I tell you, they got themselves a really, really nice athletic department there at Lockport High School. Boy, I tell you, Wisconsin Lutheran has fed off that middle of that Spartans defense all day. Now pulling within 4. The Spartans aggressive again at the net, leaving that middle of that defense wide open, and the Warriors have abused that middle of that defense. Well over 80% of their points have come right in the middle. Oh, Brower. Quick thinking right there. Now, in that situation, let me ask you that, Ryder, is that all on Brower, or is there someone telling him?
Oh, no, that's all. That's all
on
setter.
him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Most of the time, you got to almost, like, as a setter, me being a setter, got to almost split your eyes. You got to have your eye on the ball and
that's what I was wondering.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's a split-second decision. Well, that one would have been long. Lutrick kept that one alive, and then Brower let that one by. How about that one? Smart play.
Yeah.
14-8.
Spartans looking to try to pull away here, create more of a gap in the lead.
Yeah, they need this. They need this gap to widen. The Warriors.
Wisconsin Lutheran's a team they showed in the third set.
Without a doubt.
This is a team that you want to let stick around and hang with. You
just
wanna
like
put them
that.
away as fast as you can, or else.
Wempner now with 11 kills. Pickler with 13. Kern with 7. So their big 3 have definitely answered the call today. And what UC Santa Cruz Wisconsin Lutheran matchup is looking more and more interesting. Another ace. Looked like he was swinging for the fence.
Pitchler the last couple of times came at them hard with the serve, and now he tricked him with the slower speed.
Yikes.
Got him. No, it's funny. Sometimes you have no clue what the Aurora bench is saying at all.
No, and sometimes I don't think they're all even saying the same thing,
absolutely
which is interesting.
You're just trying to get the product that they just had, which is a missed serve. That's all you're trying to do.
But club volleyball, I've been around club volleyball for a while now, there is some chance that you're just like, man, I've got a headache, but what in the heck are they trying? You're trying to decipher what they're saying. And I don't know, but it brings the team together and it throws the other team off.
Yeah.
Lempler with a big swing. Here's McClellan.
And half of volleyball is energy and momentum, and just making noise will help you.
I like the rowing one. That's kind of a cool one.
Good,
that definitely would throw me off if I saw the entire bench sitting on the floor rowing an imaginary boat.
for one of our scrimmage. I was the captain of the ship one time. That's an experience for sure.
McClellan
Yeah.
makes the Warriors pay 17-10. Final timeout taken by the Warriors. You will see the conclusion of set number 4. Hopefully for the Spartans, they can close out the Warriors and take a break until 5. We come back, 17-10, Spartans, final timeout for Wisconsin Lutheran. It's okay. I'm deaf too, and these headsets make it even worse. Back out of the final timeout by head coach Mike Ensley. Alex Nonoff. Brower went into the stands. Spartan Nation.
That's another thing. That's an experience going into the stands. It's fun. You know it's going to hurt, but it's fun.
Well, and plus when you know it's the home crowd, they're probably going to brace your fall.
Exactly.
The other ones are kind of like you
They'll
see
just
like
let
in
you
football,
by.
they just put their arms to the side and
Exactly.
said, I hope you don't hurt yourself. 18-11. Sebastian Suzuki back to serve. And I always like it how other teams will come out and support. You got the football team. You see the volleyball team. Let's see. I know. Oh, that's an ace.
Wow.
The smash by Kerwin.
Great serve.
Softball going on over at Bedrosian Stadium. I mean, there's so many things going on. It seems like every weekend. Brian Kipley back from his vacation. Back went to the nation's capital, got to tour the White House. Follow him on Facebook, and what a trip him and his family had. That looked like pretty cool. And Dale with another kill.
That's a fun Facebook follow. So.
Oh, it is. I mean, that's one guy that just never, ever stops.
Never.
No. He's got his 3 sons, his wife, and what a great family.
Yeah.
Webner, that one blocked up. Anderson keeps that one alive. Kerwin, Anderson, now McClellan. I think they're just going to send that one over, and they're going to try to defensively stop him. Anderson, McClellan, now Dale.
You know, that might have not been the Spartans' point, but that's a great defensive effort from Anderson.
Agreed.
Showing all heart.
I love Solomon's smile. He just sits there and he's like, yeah, I sailed that one, but you know what? It's all good.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that is a lot of that, I think, comes from coaching. You know, knowing that, okay, I made a mistake, but the coaches, they got my back and I got theirs.
You got to keep the energy up, keep the vibes good.
And just like that, you go right back to him, and Dale connects again, and that is number 5 on the day. I thought he had more than that. Meyer with 10 and McClellan also with 10 for a team total of 35.
I mean, he's got enough blocks than he does kills,
yeah,
too.
He's having a monster day. 23 block assists for the Spartans. There's Dale, the big man, sprawling all over the court. Spartans look to put up their 22nd, and that one just long by McClellan. Well, we know his family is tuning in from all over the globe.
Speaking of his family, they are going to add a new member this summer because Josh is getting married this
Oh,
summer.
that's right. Yeah, that's what his dad said. That's right.
Congrats to him and Ella.
That's awesome. The preseason All-American, that one, partially deflected. And I tell you, if he doesn't get an All-American nod, no matter what, that's a huge slap in the face. That guy is, and he's only a junior, so next year, it's going to be crazy.
Yeah.
Floater, Kerwin, back set to Carroll. Carroll got that southpaw action going and gives the Spartans a side out, 22-14. Well, at the conclusion of this first match, we will have about an hour break before it's Wisconsin Lutheran taking on UC Santa Cruz, the Banana Slugs and Warriors. Then right around 5 o'clock, the Spartans will take on UC Santa Cruz. Final match of the day, and that ball going the wrong way. And I think the Spartans will take advantage on that double hit. Well, Aurora now 2 points away from closing out the Warriors and getting their 20th win of the season. Every win is a new record for this team.
Yeah. It's just been since Dan has got here, it's just been, growing and growing every year. And there was never any really signs of stopping ever either.
No, and he's a guy that, as a coach, demands the respect. You buy into the system, things are going to go right. A lot of hard work goes into being, you're not just this good. You're good, but the coaches take you to a whole different level.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's exactly what he expects out of his players. 16 serving 23. Spartans looking for match point. There's Meyer. And the Warriors will extend it.
We talked earlier about communication, and that's one of those plays where they were on the right path with each other well, but that's just a lack of communication leading to that mistake.
Now the Spartans just need to get that side out on the serve by Kern. There's Carroll. Salutric was able to get that one. Another fight for it. Non-off, Meyer. Meyer was looking for his 11th kill. There's Pickler.
There we go.
McKee and Meyer, M&Ms.
Now it's just finishing. You just got to finish again. Get that 1 point.
Match point. Spartan
Fans
Nation on their feet, yep.
I love all the seniors' parents. They're all wearing shirts with their faces on it from when they were babies.
And that's going to do it, folks. The Spartans will take set number 4, 25-17, and they will take the match, winning 3 sets to 1. Well, the Spartans will move to 20-4 overall, 9-1 in conference play. They maintain that number 1 slot in the conference. And for the Warriors, they drop to 8-14 overall, 4-6 in conference play. So any takeaways from this first match?
I thought the Spartans played well. Honestly, one of the big takeaways I have was I played against Wisconsin Lutheran last year. They have grown so much. It is really
I agree.
Good to see from them.
I agree. Yeah, this team's only going to get better, and you're going to have to be careful with them. Spartans will be back right around 5 o'clock as they take on UC Santa Cruz. Up next, Wisconsin Lutheran. They'll get a short break before taking on the Banana Slugs in our second match. That comes up about, right around 3 o'clock. We should get going for that. And keep it right here on athletics.aurora.edu. We'll have coverage of that one. So Spartans win 3 sets to 1, 25-20, 25-13. Wisconsin Lutheran wins set number 3, 25-14. Then the Spartans 25-17. Spartans are winners. Coming up next, Banana Slugs and Warriors in our second match right around 3 o'clock.